think you were splendid, Monisha. And that too, pulling up the scores within the first month. It was outstanding.
Oh, thank you, Nikhil. It was because of the support that I received from you and the team leader.
No, really, with what I can see, the time is not very far away when you will be leading a team.
Really? Do you think I will be able to?
If you decide to stay under me, I am sure you will.
Nikhil said with a sly smile on his face. Little did Monisha know that this statement was an intended pun.
So it's your night, Monisha. Let's celebrate with a champagne.
He pointed towards one of the waiters.
Sorry, Nikhil, but I don't take liquor.
Oh, come on, Monisha. There's always a first time for everything. Let us celebrate your success in a big way. Have one glass for celebration's sake.
By the time the waiter had arrived, Nikhil asked the waiter to get him a champagne and a couple of glasses. Monisha could not decide what should she be saying, as after all, Nikhil was the floor manager and so senior to her. She gave in. The drinks, which were meant to be just one glass, turned into two, then three, followed by a glass of scotch, then two. The team had just ordered the desserts, and these two had still not started the main course. Shakti got up and looked at the two of them. He felt a sense of guilt that he was unable to do anything, especially when he saw Nikhil's hand sliding on Monisha's hand. Monisha did not look in her senses, which probably was because it was the first time she had took liquor, and even more reason that it was a cocktail. Monisha tried to get up from her chair, and around that time Shakti had reached their table.
Yes, Mr. Shakti, is there a problem?
Even before Shakti could respond, Monisha almost collapsed. It was lucky that Shakti was standing on her side and she fell on Shakti only.
I need to go to the washroom,
Said Monisha in a dizzy voice. Immediately, Nikhil got up from his seat and held Monisha in his arms and said,
You carry on. I will help her to the washroom.
Nikhil started moving towards the washroom with Monisha and Shakti. As he was, moved back towards the team with fumes in his eyes.
What happened, Shakti? You didn't like the food? You look a little infuriated. Someone hit you.
I feel there's something just not right. Have you guys seen Nikhil and Monisha? His question was responded to with blank faces. None of them had a clue. Shakti explained to Amit what had happened, and he got up from his seat and asked another of our girl colleague to come with us, who followed the request. Amit had ensured that he had his mobile with him as we left. The three of us walked briskly towards the washroom. What they saw was pathetic. Nikhil was trying to take advantage of Monisha's situation and trying to smooch her, to which she was resisting. Amit clicked a photo from his mobile. Shakti asked the female colleague to accompany Monisha to the washroom.
What the fuck do you think you are doing?
This is not right, Nikhil sir. What you were doing is just not right.
Now, you will tell me what is right and what is wrong?
Yes, I will. This is just not right. Nikhil knew he was caught red-handed and he started throwing fire at them. Then he left the hotel in a rage, saying,
You tell me what's right, come to office tomorrow. I will tell you what is right.
On his way out, he took the mobile that Amit had and deleted the photo he had taken around 5 minutes back. That night, Abdul took most of the team members to his home. It was even more required as Monisha could not have gone back to her PG accommodation, which was true for a couple of others who were high. On the next day, Sunday, the same was discussed with Abdul's father, who suggested that they should play it down. After all, it is the first job that they were in. Uncle, would you have asked us to play it down if it was your daughter? Abdul's father was dumbfounded. The team planned a strategy which was to be implemented the next day and took help from some senior members of the team who knew the senior leaders. Monisha, who was in tears all along, understood her part as well. On Monday, Shakti and Amit reached office by around 5 pm and went straight to the compliance head, Colonel Shastri, an ex-army officer who was known to be a man stringent on following the rules. They informed him about the case. Colonel Shastri considered the complaint and informed them that the case will be resolved after the investigation. Once they had reached the floor on their workstation, Colonel Shastri made a couple of calls and checked his mail. He then asked Nikhil to meet up with him. Nikhil entered his room, and even before Colonel Shastri could have said anything, he said,
I am sure it must be around that bitch and her friends. I have the explanation around it. I do not need an explanation, Nikhil. I need the reason. This is not the first time. There are already many complaints against you, but this time you've gone too far. But there is nothing that happened. What is it that they told you?
A few heated arguments ensued between the two, and Nikhil shared a story that he had made. Colonel Shastri listened to him patiently for some time. He just turned his laptop screen towards him. Nikhil's face became pale yellow. He was thinking.
How is this possible? I had deleted this photo.
The photo, which he had deleted yesterday, was staring at him from the laptop screen. Colonel Shastri called up both Amit and Shakti along with Monisha. They came in the room and Nikhil started out.
I had told you I am right. After all, Monisha was interested in me and she had shared her consent.
Monisha stood firm and said,
Well, I do not remember any such thing, Nikhil, sir.
Nikhil tried to give some lame excuses. However, Colonel Shastri had him tongue-tied. By the time this discussion was going on, Colonel Shastri checked his mail once again. He clicked his laptop touchpad and turned around the laptop for all to see. It was a video clipping from the hotel's CCTV footage from that night. Watching the same, he said,
With this clipping, it can be easily seen what you were doing was immoral and unethical. So I am proceeding with your termination request.
Nikhil had nothing left to say. There was a termination letter which was issued to him by the compliance officer in discussion with the HR head on grounds of the violation of the policy on sexual harassment of employees. Before leaving, Nikhil tried and checked with the trio.
How did you get that picture? I had deleted it then and there.
Shakti responded with a smile on his face. Nikhil, being digital, helped. Amit had instant auto-sync turned on for all his photos. Takeaways: 1. Be assertive and speak up when necessary. 2. Read between the lines. 3. Learn how to say no.